Are we live? Oh, yes.
Now we are.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Yay! We're doing the thing. So exciting. I haven't done this in such a long time. I'm so excited to be doing one again. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Nice.
We're excited to have you. I was like, oh my gosh, when you said you were available, I was like, yay. So
I
excited.
know, and I'm not going to be free again for like another 2 months. So I was like, I'm doing it today because I'm not going to be able to do it again forever. So I'm so glad that it's happening.
Yes, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Yeah, so we're doing it. All right. Shall we introduce ourselves? All that good stuff?
Probably.
Awesome. All right. Well, hi, I'm Kristen. This is my channel, Moonlit Books. And today I'm reading Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Elbert. I read the first 200 pages like in one sitting earlier today, so I hope I can finish it tonight. That's like my goal.
Nice.
All right. Next.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I am Tiffany. I am from the Beach Bum Bookworm. I talk about cozy mysteries and romance. And today I'm reading 2 books. I'm reading a hockey romance called, I don't remember, I'll tell you in a minute. And then I'm reading the 4th book in the Writer's Apprentice Cozy Mystery series. And I don't know what that one's called either, but I'll tell you in a second. I'll pass it down to Lee. Subscribe.
I'm Leanna, Dark Horse Creations. I read a lot of different genres. Today I'm going to be listening to continuing The House in the Cerulean Sea.
Oh, yeah.
It's cute so far.
Yeah.
Yay.
So I'm Tiffany from Masquerade Chick, and I'm reading You Deserve Each Other because I finally got the library finally let me borrow it. I'm like,
Nice.
Yay.
Sweet.
Nice.
We love it.
yes.
All right.
How far are you in that book,
And
Lee?
it's a perfect like road trip books. Sorry?
You cut out for a minute, so it looked like you stopped talking for a second.
All I was gonna say is this is like perfect for the road trip because I'm like so bored, and it's like, yes, this is like I'm engaged with it, and I get why she's like mad and petty, and I'm like, yes, I get it, and it's so good so far.
I love it.
I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Where are you at on your trip?
Yeah, we just got to Georgia, so we've got a bit of a trip because we were able to do Kentucky and Tennessee pretty fast, but now we're getting into it, and construction and car crashes, and so it's going to be so delayed. But yeah, well, I'll be here till like 2 a.m. So.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God. I won't be.
Me neither. Man, oh man. I love it.
So the books I'm reading, what the hockey romance is called Falling for the Backup, and the cozy mystery is called Death Waits in the Dark.
Fun. I love it.
Nice.
Right.
All right. Do we just want to dive right in and do a sprint?
Yeah, let's do it.
You're the captain of the ship. I'm just along for the
Awesome.
ride.
Do we want to do like half an hour?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. So we're gonna read until 6:35. Yay! I'm so excited. Okay, awesome. So we'll be back.
She really wants to get her book read today.
Yes,
I
she
do.
is.
I want to finish this book. The fact that I have already read 200 pages of it is very impressive to me. So I'm determined.
Nice.
That's
All right. Happy reading, pals.
All right.
Happy reading.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
It's good to see you too.
Do you want to introduce yourself? What are you reading?
It's the second book in the Shadow Realm Chronicles.
Cool.
Awesome. Johara, what is behind you? Is that
Yay. Also, Tiffany, Masquerade Chick Tiffany, I just want to call out how incredibly jealous I am that you can read in the car because I get so car sick and it makes me so sad.
Oh, really? Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm going on vacation like this week and we're going to be in the car for like 12 hours and I'm just like, and I can't read the whole time. I think I'm going to try my first audiobook though because I haven't ever done an audiobook before.
Yay.
So I think that's my plan.
Yeah, I definitely recommend it. It's pretty good. I'm doing an ebook for the book I'm reading through the car, and I can consume things pretty fast that way, doing it through the phone, because like that's kind of how the format we've been kind of adjusted to in this generation and everything, or like this decade, you get it. But yeah, audiobooks, it's a good format. It's really good.
Yeah.
I don't really get car sick unless I am dizzy, and in the car, then I get really car sick. But
I'm the opposite. I can read a physical book. I can't read digital, or I'll get car
really?
sick.
same.
I can't read anything. I can't even so much as glance at my phone.
Oh wow.
You
Really?
should try an
kinda,
audio
like,
then.
You're just sticking in the car. You're like, I can't do anything. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just like sit in the car and like stare straight ahead out the windshield. I'm like, here I am.
Oh wow. Do you know what audiobook you're gonna do?
I think I'm gonna do Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston because I read that one already and I want to like reread it. So I figured that it would be a good one to do for audio.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to only read queer books in June because Pride. So I figured it was as good a time as any to do it. So
Gotcha.
I love it.
Funny you say that because I was just watching Johara's Pride Tag video right before this.
I love it. I know. I want to do the Pride tag. It seems like so much fun.
You should. I liked it.
Yeah.
That's awesome, guys.
Yeah. Also, Cheryl has made an appearance in the chat. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
We love it. And Sophia's here. The best. I know.
I said hi. Wow, there's a lot of people. Some people if I haven't seen you before, hello.
I know. Hi, I'm seeing new names. It's very exciting.
It's
Yay.
very
We're getting famous now.
Look at us go. We're big timers.
Yeah.
Making it to the top.
Sophia said she read 22 pages in that sprint. Nice.
That's good.
That's awesome.
Sophia, what are you reading? Did you say it somewhere? I don't know. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, everyone tell us what you're reading too.
I know.
I want to know. I want to know. I want to know.
I read 10 chapters, but to be fair, this book has really small chapters.
I was going to say, that's a lot of chapters.
Right?
Tiffany, which book did you read for this sprint?
Which one?
That book, Beach Bookworm. Hello?
I did the hockey book because I have less than an hour left.
Ooh, that's
No.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so fun. All right.
Oh, Vicious was such a good book. I see somebody read that.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that is.
I don't know if you could handle it, Tiffany.
Oh, thank you.
You have to travel every other Sunday for 5 hours. That's too many hours in the car every week.
Wow. Too often. That's often too.
Mm-hmm.
Sophia's reading The Festival by Sarah J. Naughton. That sounds fun.
The Festival. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
But it's a thriller, though.
Here we go.
Oh. Why
Yeah.
did I do that? No.
And then Vicious. Vicious is a book that I've wanted to read for a while. I've owned it for like probably 2 or 3 years now. And it's one that I just like haven't gotten to it yet for whatever reason.
What is
I
it?
loved I loved Vicious. I rated it 5 stars. I got Vengeful, and I've had it sitting there for years and haven't gotten to it yet.
Yeah, it's a. I think it's adult fantasy. It's by V.E. Schwab, who has written like I feel like 1.5 million books. Her name is like floating around all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do know that name.
But yeah, it's about like parallel universes, I think. It's very intriguing. I just haven't picked it up yet because, you know, it do be like that.
Yeah, it's a lot about like not only two guys, but you're seeing two guys that both get powers and like kind of like a god syndrome, the evil part of it, like how they can mess with people, and they were friends, kind of not, and then like how they kind of go at each other. I'm giving the most basic and not good description of it, but I don't want to give anything away either. It's so good. It's so good.
It's hard. I feel like books like that, it's really hard to give a description without spoiling things. It's like, these two guys did this thing that one time.
Yes.
That's all I can tell you.
Yeah.
I feel like even when I'm doing my wrap-ups, I say the same thing. I'm like, the characters are great, the setting, because I don't want to say anything that might be a spoiler. So I'm always like, oh.
I know. I'm like, I like to read books without knowing much about them. So I feel like when I'm giving reviews and stuff, I'm like, I don't want to tell anyone anything because I don't want to know anything before I read a book. So I'm like, what's the right balance?
I feel like I want to know enough about it because I'm actually pretty lucky. A lot of the books I do pick up, I do end up loving enough to rate either 5 or 4 stars. That's just because I'm picky with it, and I need to be sure that I'm going to like it. That's why it makes it even more disappointing if I don't like it.
That's fair. Oh man.
Yeah, for me, I'm just unapologetic. I'm doing my rant reviews. I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. I'm just hardcore. It's like, hey, if you wanted to avoid spoilers, you shouldn't have clicked on my video. We're talking about it.
True. I get pretty
I hate
brutal
it.
when I talk about Twilight.
There you go. I love it. Nancy's reading Sins of the Fathers, which sounds very dramatic. And Jessica's in the chat. Hi, Jessica. I hope you're feeling better than you were yesterday. Sending you all the good vibes.
Big time.
Oh my goodness.
I hope you're relaxing, taking it easy, getting better.
Yes. Cheryl's reading Revenge of the Wrought Iron Flamingos.
Yeah.
What a great title.
It's Donna Andrews. I think it's the Donna Andrews. It's a cozy mystery about a blacksmith, female blacksmith. It is pretty good.
That sounds really interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Actually, speaking of cozy mysteries, I was over at a couple of bookstores and I was like, okay, I was just like looking around. For some reason I like couldn't find anything interesting, but I went over to like the regular standard fiction section and I happened to stumble upon mysteries and I'm like, hey, look at these cozy mysteries.
I love that you can tell when they're cozy because of the titles.
Worry, I didn't do anything crazy. But I looked at them, those like, I don't know what are those. Are those like trade paperbacks, the really tiny ones?
Yeah.
They're like this big instead of like I don't like that. It's like so old timey. So like if I would read it, it had to be audiobook and ebook. I couldn't do it.
So what you're saying is you didn't buy any and I'm safe. Okay.
You're good. I'm not putting any money into books until I finish my full TBR. So you have plenty of time, Tiffany. Plenty of time. But also, I don't think I would ever like spend money on a cozy mystery.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. We're reading City of Bones and annotating it. That's impressive. I have tried to start City of Bones like on 3 different occasions, and I can't get past the first 100 pages. I need to try it again because it's just such a big thing. But my goodness.
I couldn't stand it. But I think also like all the things Cassandra Clare has like, all the controversy there. I'm like, nope. I'm not dealing with it.
That's
and then
fair.
The whole thing justifying incest. Nope.
I know. Yikes. A mess.
I don't know what we're talking about, but I love your profile pic.
There you go.
I've heard of City of Bones, though. I
Yeah,
don't know
it's a
what it
very
is, but I've heard of
popular YA fantasy book.
it. Yeah.
I think it's on my TBR.
Through the Grinder, a coffee house cozy mystery. It's a really good series.
Yeah, that's fair. In
That's
response-
awesome, Nancy.
In response to reading Vicious, well, I'm glad that you've also had it on your shelf for so many years before you read it. It makes me feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah, give it a try.
So Tiffany, you were able to like, you see a title for Cozy Mystery and
She cut out.
you were able to say it back. Oh,
Oh no, you were gone,
No.
Tiffany.
I'm sorry. I'm so
I
spotty
think
with
you're
the
back.
signal.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my question was, like, do you know, like, everything about Cozy Mysteries? You have, like, a whole Wikipedia of Cozy Mysteries.
So anytime anyone
Um,
mentions a cozy, Tiffany immediately knows what it is.
No, I am knowledgeable, but there are more people that are way more knowledgeable than me. But I really do love them. Yes, and I know a lot of them. But no. I wouldn't say I'm the Wikipedia. I'm the encyclopedia or
you
something
go.
like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Either or.
Just kidding.
So far, we've got a shout out for your Lion King shirt, which we love.
Yeah.
It is very cute. The little
Awesome.
babies.
It has like several of the characters from Lion King.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's cute.
Thanks.
It is cute.
Jessica said she's in pain, but she's resting, which is good.
Good.
And she's reading Ruin and Rising, which is
Oh.
arguably, I heard,
You really went through
yeah.
fast.
Yeah, I'll be reading that soon.
it's good. I liked that. The ending was kind of all over the place. Jessica, when you get to the end of that book, talk to me because it was wild in my opinion.
I bought that, Six of Crows, and King of Scars, so I'll be reading them all soon.
Whoa, I
Okay.
love that for you. That's so exciting.
Yeah, but Jessica, tell us how it's been reading Shadow and Bone, like the whole trilogy, how it's been for you. Do you enjoy it? Are you kind of not sure?
I know. I feel like there's so much hype around those books right now. It's like so hard to have an opinion because there's so many opinions floating around the internet.
It's either it's like the worst thing ever or the greatest thing ever, you know? It's
Yeah.
like,
Nancy, you're reading Les Mis? That's so impressive.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
And
is.
she gives like these great updates. I was like, she's like, I think I'm boring you. I'm like, no, I feel like I'm like reading through you.
How
Mhm.
long is that book? It must be like millions of pages.
I think she'll be able to tell, but I think she told us 1600 or
Yeah, I
something
think 16
like that.
something. Yeah.
And I'm like,
And
holy
she's like
crap.
reading other stuff too. It's not like that's the
Yeah.
only thing she's reading.
Truly a queen in the chat. We love it. Now we've got some more City of Bone controversy. Reason why I guess I can't get through it is because I'm a huge Stephen King fan and I grew up watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Buffy, yes! I love
Honestly,
Buffy.
probably makes sense. I feel like, in a way, City of Bone is kind of like a knockoff of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Like, I feel like it
I
has
have to watch
similar
it
energy.
because Buffy's by everything.
It is, but there's no comparison to Stephen King, so I don't get that one
Yeah.
at all. Like that's two different levels.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because Stephen King is too good. Nothing can top Stephen King. I
Yeah.
personally have never read Stephen King because I don't like horror, and also his books are a million pages, and I can't commit it. But
Either.
we do
I
love
love
it.
Watching horror, I haven't really read horror before. I have watched his movie The It, the original. I haven't watched the remake. But I love horror. I recently
So funny.
watched Truth or Dare with Lucy Hale. I'm obsessed with her.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Nancy said that Les Mis is
Yeah.
too many pages.
Yeah.
1,657 pages. That's like a whole series. That's like I'm confused. That's
Yeah.
really too many pages. Oh my goodness.
I still don't get it. Like, how much content can you really get into?
I don't know.
Witch Revolution, but still, 6. You could condense it. I don't know.
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to just watch the movie musical over and over and over again. I have no desire to read the book. Jessica said about Shadow and Bone that it reads like early YA fantasy, but they're fun. You have to read it in the context of when it was published. That is so true. Because I just read it like a couple months ago, and when I picked it up, I was like, I feel like I'm reading Divergent in the Hunger Games. We are in 2013. Nothing can change my mind about that. Like, it feels like so early 2000s YA that it's incredible.
I mean, yeah, that's true about a lot of things. Like, there's some things that I watch. I like to watch a lot of older things, and they may not hold high standards for a lot of the shows that are made today, but you have to also think about when they were made. Because like, this is one horror movie I like called The New Kids. It has that one Aunt Becky from Full House on it, when she was
Lori, whatever. Yeah,
I couldn't remember her name. But, like, it's not that scary. But you have to remember when it was made. It was a horror movie for its time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We love it. And then we've got, in response to Stephen King comparison to City of Bone, that he wrote about Salem a lot, which deals with vampires. Which I guess.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. And then, Johara, do you want to buddy read the Six of Crows duology with Jessica?
I would love to. I've been wanting to buddy read with someone. Never done that before.
I know. Tiffany and I are supposed to be buddy reading The House in the Cerulean Sea with Leah and Robin, and Leah and Robin are both like more than halfway through it, and Tiffany and I haven't started it yet, so we're like, buddy reading? I don't know.
Yeah, my first buddy.
Hopefully one day.
Go ahead, Johara.
After I finish this and the third book in the series, because that's all that's out right now, it's Shadow Bone. I really do want to start because I want to watch that show too, and all the hype. I really want to finally read it, and so just give me some time to catch up. I'll get there soon.
We love it. And then my friend Alex from high school has dropped into the chat. Hi, Alex. I love you.
Hello, Alex.
My personal hype woman. Nancy has a reading plan. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can't imagine how much stuff he must have put into Les Mis to have it be that long. It must be very all over the place. You're right. No book deserves to be that long.
Is it like novel form? Or is it a play?
Crazy. It's crazy out here. I know. The book that I'm reading right now is like almost 400 pages, and I'm like, that's long enough as it is. 1,000+ pages? I just want to know what's the point.
Mm-hmm.
Why you gotta do that?
It's like even more so. It's not 1,000+, 1,500+. Like,
yeah.
But another thing too, like, how did the editor decide? Yes, you need all of this, and if you're gonna have that much, how about you split it up? Like, why one whole story?
When was Les Mis published?
and I think for me, if I'm gonna read something that long, I definitely don't want to know the story. Like, I've seen the play. I definitely couldn't then like read and invest something that long when I know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think, Nancy, I'm so impressed by you.
I know.
Seriously.
I know. I feel like Nancy and Cheryl, who are always in the chat, are always reading so many books, and it truly blows my mind. Like,
Cheryl is probably our Wikipedia. Her or Cozy probably our Wikipedia of Cozies.
I know. Didn't she say she read like 400 books last year or something absurd? Like, I don't understand.
I don't know, but I think Cheryl's read like 900 Cozies. So, I think it's something like that. It's an insane number.
It's truly absurd.
I was just looking back on like the longest, what I thought was a long audio was Gone with the Wind, which was 49 hours. And I'm just like, sorry, Tiffany.
Tiffany almost just choked.
And I was like listening every day at work, and I'm like, I hate this book. I don't even care what happens. I'm just like finishing it to finish it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, at that point, I'm just hoping for mass destruction.
Everyone dies at the end.
right.
I know.
I mean,
Twist.
yeah, I really don't care about length if
True.
I'm enjoying. And
I
I'm
agree.
sure Victor Hugo has an editor.
Yeah. I know. I feel like my thing is that I do enjoy a longer book, like when I'm fully invested in it, but even then it still feels like kind of daunting. And every 100 pages I'm like, I still have 400 pages to go. Like it just seems like it's more stressful. I do typically enjoy them, but there's something about it that my brain is like, she's scary. I'm like, no, it's the same as if you read 2 books. It's just all in one. It's like, no.
The length for me
It's
is only
not
daunting
the
because,
same.
again, I think that like I can't focus that much time on that story.
Yeah.
Like I'm ready to, yeah, that's just a lot for one story. 49 hours, and sometimes I think, yeah, audio just in general when books are too long and they do ramble or whatever and could have condensed, it really frustrates me in general. Like I had a romance book last week that was 16 hours. No freaking romance book should ever be 16 hours. I was done after 8. I'm like, I'm guessing that y'all work it out.
Yeah.
And I quit. I'm like,
It sounds like Jessica agrees with you that she's thinking about other books she could be reading
Yes.
when she has a really long book that she's currently in the middle of, which lately what I've been doing is I'll read like half of a longer book and then I'll read a different book in the middle and then I'll go back and read the second half of the other one just to like break the story up for myself.
that's kind of smart. I think I could do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, just because I try to finish books unless they're like really just absolutely awful, then I'll DNF them. But I try to finish them, so I've been trying to kind of like bounce around, and I've never really done that before this year. I typically have been the type of person, I feel like I need to finish a book before I start another one. But we're shaking it up, we're trying something new.
There you go.
What else have we got going on down here?
Oh,
Okay, so I was just curious. We're almost hitting the half the year's almost happened. How far are you guys into your reading goal?
Yeah. I didn't set like a book goal. I just am like, I'm going to read all of them. I think I'm on like my 31st or 32nd book right now, which I'm not mad about.
yeah, that's a
Literally.
great number.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So we're just going to keep on doing it and see where I am at the end of the year. No goal. We're just vibing.
Mine is starting to get better now that I have more free time on my hands. I'm starting to read more, and that's making me really happy.
Nice.
Yeah. I scheduled 52 books, but then, I joined BookTube and I'm now at 81. So
Nice.
Love that.
Great.
And I think I finished a book earlier today. I think I'm at 134. But all of my books for the last year with my eyes have been audio. So that makes a huge difference.
Not to mention, you also have it really fast.
I mean, faster than average, but not like, some people that are like, I listen to it at 2.5 or 3. I'm like, it sounds like gibberish.
True.
There's just chipmunks in your ears.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
it.
I mean, I admire people
Yeah,
who can do that.
got
I can't do it.
For sure. Yeah, I'm still at 37 out of 100. So I'm at base. I'm doing fine. But of course,
Yeah.
Goodreads like you're 5 books behind schedule. It's like, hey, I'm trying my best here.
right.
That's why I
That's
don't
what
have a
should be.
goal on Goodreads, because Goodreads like gaslights you. It's like, hey,
Mhm.
what are you doing? I'm like, leave me alone. I'm doing fine. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
I love it.
You set one for your goal, and you always win. It's fine.
Exactly. That's what I did. It makes me every time I go in, I'm like, goal accomplished. I finished another book. We're doing the thing. It's great.
Yep.
This is the first time I actually set a goal. I set 100. So, but then I got all that overtime. So who knows if I'll be able to do it? But I'm trying.
Yeah,
That's it.
I love it.
That's awesome.
We're not going to let a website pressure us. You do what you do. That's
Yeah.
it.
Exactly.
Setting goals is meant to be just fun, not to pressure ourselves to do more than we can.
Nancy's
Right.
on board. Nancy agrees.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Do we want to do another sprint now that we've chatted for like half an hour? We can sprint for a half hour, do all the
Sure.
good stuff.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So we will read until 7:30. Get some good reading in.
Sorry, I just read that comment about Gone with the Wind.
Oh yeah.
She read it twice. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Happy reading, pals.
You too.
Enjoy.
Welcome back, pals. How did everybody's sprints go?
So good.
Good.
It was great.
We love it. Awesome. I know I have like 100 pages left in my book, but I feel like we're getting to an end point, so I'm like, what's gonna happen? Like, I'm getting stressed. So we love
Yeah,
that.
the big reveal just happened in my book too, and I'm like, oh, this is so good.
Yay! I love that.
Yeah, in my book there was this family reunion because they were separated, but at the same time all their memories were kind of altered. So it's like they know each other, but at the same time they don't know the full extent of it.
Right.
Whoa, that's so many layers. I love it.
I have about 30 minutes left in my book, so
I was gonna say you must be pretty
got
close
this.
to done. That's awesome.
yep.
Good job,
about
guys.
30
I'm like 23% into my book, but I just love it so much so far. It's just so cool how they're like, you know, we used to love each other, now I can't stand you, and now I'm gonna get revenge, and it just sounds so petty and great.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
Jessica shared a quote from Ruin and Rising. I'm melancholy, not daft, and honestly, that is incredible. We do love that. Sophia read 16 pages.
Nice.
Jillian read 28 pages, which in half an hour, that is very impressive.
yeah.
A speed
I've been
reader.
hearing a lot about that book.
Yeah, I've heard of it too. I do love Neil Schusterman's other trilogy, Spoonpacker trilogy. I love that series, but I haven't read Skies.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that all over. I don't even know a single thing about it. I just know what the covers look like with like the block letters.
Yeah.
So
I
this
think it has something to do with technology. I don't know.
this one that she's reading, from what I remember hearing, is like people no longer die of natural causes. And
Oh,
so there's people that just come along and basically are like, your life is ready to be over. And I don't know all of it, but that's kind of the concept.
wait, I'm kind of obsessed with that. That sounds
Yeah.
so cool.
I really wish I could read. I think it would be too scary for me because that whole concept scares me, but I think it sounds really intriguing. Jillian, tell us if you're liking it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please. Joined late. But
What
we
kind
got
of
water
snack?
and a reading snack, and really, what more can you ask for?
Excellent.
honestly?
Mhm.
Excellent. I love maybe a cat. That's hilarious.
Maybe a cat.
Is your profile picture a penguin? That's
Mhm.
truly incredible.
It's great. I felt like I was.
Jillian says she felt like it was speeding up because it's so good, which we love. I do love. There are some books like that where you can power through pages because it's just so fast paced. It's great. Storm Reads has 20% left of their book.
Awesome.
Incredible. That's so fun.
Yeah, I was catching up on YouTube before too, so.
Jillian said
badly.
that you
Mhm.
got the synopsis perfect, Tiffany. So incredible.
Nice.
126 pages. How long is it? That's like a pretty good chunk in. Usually by like 100, 150 pages, I like know whether or not the book is going to be good or not. So it sounds promising.
Because a lot of books, especially if it's like first in a series, you know, it starts out so slow because it has to set everything up. So I
Yeah.
say, so like you said, 100, 150 is a good point where it should be getting good if it's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Well, that's like, I do feel like, because that's the first in that series, right? So it might be more exposition than some books. Because, like, when I was reading Shadow and Bone, I felt like the first 250 pages was like the boring buildup. And I was like, can we get to anything good, please? Please. Yes, it's a penguin. Meant to change it when I changed my username. Yeah, no, you should absolutely keep it as a penguin because
Yes.
the combination of a penguin and the username maybe a cat is truly iconic.
It's amazing.
Like that.
It's amazing.
That
Don't,
reminds me, I used
don't
to
change
work-
a thing.
Exactly. I used to work at a grocery store and you had to wear a name tag, and I didn't have one that day. So this older guy, Bob, let me have one of his, and I wore it. And then I just kept wearing it for like 4 years, and like customers called me Bob, and they knew me that way. They gave me Christmas cards like signed to Robert.
Oh no, that's so funny.
But I just went with it. I'm like, who cares?
That's hilarious.
That's truly incredible. Oh man, I love it. Sophia is a penguin stan.
Excellent.
We love that. It's over 400 pages, I think, for the first book in the series. Yeah. We love
Is
it.
it
So,
your first
yeah.
time reading it, or is it like a reread?
Oh, true. Have you read it before? I know. When did those books even come out? I feel like they've gotten really popular recently, but I feel like they came out a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
I don't
been
know
a
when they
while.
came out, but I know that I've been seeing it a lot lately.
Yeah.
Because I think all three books, I think it's just a trilogy, and I think the whole thing is out. So I'm assuming the first book must have come out at least a couple years ago.
Well, if you like Skies, I suggest Neil Shusterman's other series, a Skinjagger trilogy. I love that series. I do recommend it.
I know. I want to read more fantasy series, so if anyone has suggestions, please
I
let
can
me
make you a
know.
list.
Yeah.
Fantasy is my life. That's pretty much all I read. If anyone ever needs fantasy recommendation, come to me. I could just give you a whole list. Be like, read all these. They're all awesome.
I'm on board. Drop
Okay.
one, please. I'm ready. Where's the video link?
I will make that video for you. I'll be like, to Kristen.
Fantasy Rex specifically for Kristen. You're welcome to watch, though.
Yes.
Jillian said that she started it before but never finished it, which is fair. Sometimes you have those books where you're like, I'm going to read this, and then you're like, actually, I'm not going to read this right now.
It's like you want to read it, but you don't want to read it right now.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe a cat has suggested Strange the Dreamer, which is that a Laini Taylor book, or is that the one with like the moth on the cover? Now I have to look it up because I feel like it is.
It's like a
I don't
yellow
know
and blue
anything
cover.
about it.
It is
I don't
Laini
know
Taylor,
either.
though.
It is.
Oh yeah, it is with the moths. I had to. get close up on it.
I have such a weird like memory for book covers, and I have no idea why. Like, I'll see a book cover once and I'll be like, oh, it's engraved in my brain forever. Okay, that's fine, I guess.
Sounds about right.
I'm like, whatever. I can't remember a character's name to save my soul, but I'll remember the book cover until the day I die.
Well, I'm really happy with how my covers turned out. I'm almost done changing the first 2 that's already published. So they'll be up soon. So yay.
I love it. For those of you who don't know, Johara has written like, are you on your 3rd book now in a fantasy series?
Yeah.
And she was sharing the covers with us in our little chat we have on Twitter, and they're beautiful. They're
amazing.
So pretty.
I love the book 2 cover. Love that one.
Yes.
The art is just incredible. It's so cool. Are you going to share them at some point, like on your Twitter feed for the people?
Yes. I'll be doing that either tonight or tomorrow.
Yay. So
That's
excited.
awesome, Johara. They really are. They are incredible looking.
Thank you.
We have more people in favor of your Fantasy Rex video, Johara. So
Awesome.
it's gonna have to happen.
I'll be uploading that soon then.
Nice.
Yep.
First, I have to make a list, but all I have to do is go. I have this little mini library in my apartment, so I'll just look at all my books and be like, I'll recommend all of these that I've read.
Please read every single book, all of them, please. Sophia said congrats on 3 books.
Yeah.
It truly is so impressive. I can write like 3 sentences and then I'm like, maybe not.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, the last book, because this is going to be a trilogy, but I am going to make one more book for this series, but it's going to be a prequel. It's going to set a few centuries before the main character was born.
Whoa. I love
It's going to
that.
be kind of like a villain backstory.
I love that.
That's awesome. Got another congrats. So fun. Is your 3rd book like up yet, or have
No,
you?
I'm still working on it. I'm not even on editing yet, so.
That's fair.
Now that you don't have all the overtime, are you going to be able to put a lot more effort into that?
Yes, there was a couple of days in a row where I got great progress done, and I was very happy with myself. I was like, overtime's done. I finally making progress.
Yay.
Awesome.
That's so exciting.
I'm making more YouTube videos, getting more done on my books, writing and reading them. I'm all happy now.
I know I have multiple videos to catch up on from you. I'm like, I'm so
I am
behind.
oh gosh, Lee. My husband's parents left this morning. They were gonna stay a couple more days, but they wanted to get back home and stuff. So they left this morning, and they'd been here for quite a while. And then my mother and nephew come Monday morning. And I'm like, oh my God, it feels like hotel service, like turnaround service. I'm like, well, I guess we're stripped, we got stripped. I don't know. It just seems like.
All the things.
So I am so far behind because I didn't watch a single video this week because we were constantly going with them or I was at work. I really enjoyed having them here. It was nice to see them, but it's just,
I know. I
You're
feel like
used
I'm
to your
constantly behind.
yeah. I'm always behind anyway, so now it's like
I know. People just there's so much content all the time. I'm like, I don't know. There's too many. I can't commit to all of it.
That's a hard part is because you want to do all these things, but then you're like, where am I going to get the time for this?
Yeah.
yeah.
People who like post like 1 or 2 videos a week and seem to be up to date on what everyone else is posting and are also reading like 3 or 4 books a week. I'm like, where do you work? Like, I'm confused. Where do you get all this free time? I don't understand.
Yeah.
There's some people that make so much money off of their YouTube videos if they're getting monetized and they have enough money that's literally their only job, so they can put all this effort into their videos and stuff.
Yeah.
I know, but I feel like so many, like most of the booktubers though, we're a little baby platform. Like not a lot of people have monetization. So I'm just like, where are they getting all of this free time from? It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Man. Masquerade Chick Tiffany, Sophia would like to know if you have any author interviews this weekend.
I think it's Beach from Bookworm.
Oh,
Oh, you're right.
um,
Listen, I tried. You guys confuse me having the same name. How dare you?
I do not this weekend, and I had one next Saturday, but again, my mother and nephew will be here, so I emailed the author, and she graciously said, no problem, let's make it the following week. So I'm going to do it the 19th when everybody has come and gone and visited, because especially since my nephew's coming, I think on maybe Friday or Saturday, we're going to be doing like, he's a teenager, so something maybe in Orlando or something that's a little further away. And I was just like, oh, I just don't think I can make it work. So she was very nice about it. And so my next author interview is the 19th instead of the 12th. And that's with Nancy Coco, who wrote Death Becomes Her. I'm so glad I got to say that.
Thank you.
And she also has the Fudge Shop Cozy Mystery series, and another one that I haven't checked out. It's under another name that you didn't even know she wrote under.
Huh, that's fun. I love when authors have like little books that you didn't know exist because they wrote them under a pseudonym, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, hey, pal.
Right.
Yeah.
So fun.
That's nice.
Also, we've got Cheryl. Welcome back. I hope your extra long sprint went really well.
That's awesome, Cheryl.
That's the best. So wrapped up in the book.
I love that feeling.
Beautiful. I know, it's so good.
No, honestly, like it's taken me such a long time to actually feel that. And with this book, I just need to see how they prank each other. I'm just so ready for the pettiness, and then whenever they fall in love, I'm just so ready for it.
Yes. I know, Tiffany, anytime you are like excited about the book that you're reading, I'm like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I know.
Beautiful day.
It's a miracle, yes.
I know. It's so exciting.
I love it. It's crazy. Oh my goodness. I agree with Johar about booktubers, but I guess it's tough. Imagine reading something you really enjoy turns into a 24/7 job that you have to like meet the publishers and demands and reading quotas. I know. That's like so much pressure. As much as I want reading all the time to like be the only thing I do, I feel like that's just so much all the time.
Yeah.
And Cheryl got through 11% of the book. Oh,
Nice, Cheryl.
That's awesome.
Great job.
I'm happy. It seems like people in the chats are spelling my name right. A lot of people spell my name wrong, so I'm really happy that everyone seems to be spelling it right.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Get it out there. I know. I feel like I spelled it wrong for a while. I'd only put one R in it, and then I was like,
Yeah, a
no,
lot of people do that.
Me too. I was putting one R too. I mean, once I realized that wasn't correct, I've been on it since. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was one R.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. You're fine.
Jessica says that she feels the pressure and is not even monetized, and you're so right. It's stressful out here. I didn't upload a video this week, and I was like, am I going to get blacklisted from BookTube? Like, oh no! But that's okay.
Dude, you don't even have to feel the pressure. I'm the one who doesn't update for like months on end. And finally I'm like, I did something.
My favorite thing that you do, Tiffany, that I think is really funny, but also I think that it's great, is like, what did you do? You like uploaded like your August wrap up in like January, and I was like, good for you, Queen. Like, do the thing.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be like months difference in time, and I'm like, is this like in the future, or is this like?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I think
But
it's great.
honestly, with the August wrap up, it was just so intimidating because it was like 40 minutes for completed footage, and I'm like, do I need all this? And I'm like, okay, I don't want to go through all this just to edit it all. I'm not happy with it, and I just condensed it down so much, and I'm like, finally, because I finally had an idea, but also I was dealing with so much work, and it's like, I can't do this. But it worked out, and I'm pleased that it finally came out.
Yeah.
Oh, bye,
Bye, Nancy.
Bye. See you later,
Bye.
Nancy.
Thanks
Have a
for
good
joining
night.
us. Yay. All right.
And you're okay, Jessica, by spelling my name wrong. Everyone does it.
Johara said, I'm used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Love it. I still can't get over the maybe a cat with the penguin profile picture. Every time you pop up in the chat, it makes my day a little bit brighter.
It does. I love it.
It's so cute. All right.
And the fact that it wasn't intentional makes it
I
that
know.
much better.
It makes it so much
Yeah.
better. Truly incredible. Do we think we should sprint again? I know. I feel like we
let's
just
do it.
ended one.
I am so hyped to get back to my book. I just need some drama. I'm so ready.
I need the drama.
And I only have 30 minutes left in mine, so I am perfect
You
with
can do
going back.
it.
So
Mhm.
here we
Yes,
go. We'll
please
do
do
another
it.
30-minute sprint. Tiffany will finish her book. Other Tiffany will have the time of her life. It's going to be great. Beautiful. All right. Happy reading, everyone.
You too.
Enjoy.
Welcome back, my friends.
Hello.
Hello. How'd everybody's sprints go?
Good. I finished my book.
Yay! Did you like it?
It was okay. It
was
was
the
all right.
hockey
It was
one, right?
it was good. It was just it's a novella, and I'm not a huge novella fan because I feel like everything is rushed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when it's part of a series, I always try to check it out because I don't want to miss something big happening to continue on to the next one. But I don't understand novellas. I'm like, either just don't write anything or write a book. I mean, I don't know. I get that. I get it, but it's just frustrating as a reader for me anyways. I feel like by the time I'm invested in it, it's over.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I understand novellas if it's like a part of a series and it's just kind of a quick little story about a character or something. Like there's this one series I need to finish it, but there's like several novellas in there, and I think each one is kind of like a little thing for a different character. So that I can understand, but a novella in itself, no, it's just so short.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it when it's a side story, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
like if it's, I remember reading one and it was like the parents it was about the daughter, but the parents got divorced, and each like third or fourth book was like the summer she spent with her dad, and then it would go back to the main story, and I did like that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a cool way to do that.
Yeah.
We love it.
You have to read this book, House in the Cerulean Sea. It's so good.
I know it's sitting in my stack. My issue is that I don't know if you watched my Pride TBR video, but in that video, I think I talked about like 9 or 10 books. And since that video, I have bought like 4 more books. So the issue is that I'm going to get to it, but I now have so many books that like are potential reads for this month. But that one, I know I'm definitely going to get to this month. I just don't know when yet.
Right.
But I'm so glad you like it. I'm so excited
I'm
for
loving
it.
it. Yeah.
It's fantasy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like
there's like magical elements to it. It's kind of middle grade. And it's not a secret, I don't think, that there's a gay character in it. And there's a lot of creatures that maybe aren't even identified as anything. So
I love that. Oh,
yeah.
So fun. And then Jessica's asking what everyone is reading because I don't think she was here at the beginning. So shall we do like a quick little update for everyone on what we're all reading?
Let's do it.
All right, so I'm reading Conventionally Yours, which is adorable. I have like 50 pages left. It's about these 2 gamers that go to a convention together and they don't like each other at first, and then of course they inevitably fall in love, and it's precious. And I love it.
That's awesome.
All right, do we want to go like around this way? So, Beach Tiffany, you can go next.
All right. So I'm reading Death Waits in the Dark, which is the 4th book in the Writer's Apprentice series by Julia Buckley. And I have a little more than an hour left in this one. So I'm probably going to finish it tonight, even if it's not on here. So I feel like I hadn't read like the entire week that I had family here. So like, except at like, yeah. So I just really hadn't got any reading done. And now they've been gone, and like today I finished 2.5 books.
Wow.
I
love that.
We don't have appointment. We don't do sessions on Fridays at work. So it's all paperwork. So a lot of times I can, I have the audio going, but, and then I borrowed another book. It's what is it called? I don't know what it's called. It's another romance from my series list. I don't remember the name though.
We love it. Masquerade Tiffany, what are you reading?
Yeah, so I'm reading. Oh shoot, hold on. I gotta remember what it is. You Deserve Each Other. Oh, I love it so much. They're so petty and getting revenge, and they fall in love in the process, and I'm so ready for it.
It sounds so good.
So far. Yeah, and I'm so engaged with it. Yeah.
That's so fun. Johara, what are you reading?
I'm reading Matthew, Book 2 in the Shadow Realm Chronicles. It's pretty good. It can be confusing sometimes because there's some time jumps. It goes from the past and then to the present and future. But once you figure out when the time jump starts and end, you can kind of get with the rhythm, and it's actually pretty good.
Cool.
Nice.
And then
And I'm
Lee.
reading The House in the Cerulean Sea by T.J. Klune,
Precious.
which I'm loving. Loving.
Yay. So fun. We're
Yeah,
doing this
so-
thing, you guys.
So, can
Wow, Cheryl, you are plowing through. That's
I know.
amazing.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a cat started Strange the Deemer, got 20 pages in. What do you think of it so far? I know 20 pages isn't much to go by, but initial thoughts.
Yeah.
And Jillian read 10 pages.
On the very first page, if it's that good, you know?
Yeah.
That's true. Well, sometimes that first sentence really, it hits.
True.
And Jillian read 10 pages because she was working on laundry, which honestly, we love that for you. Good job.
Say
Get those
only.
chores done.
Very productive.
No, but I just wanted to go back for a second to what you were saying about how the start of something, it sometimes isn't captivating. That's how it was at the start of this book. At first, I'm like, I hate this girl. I hate her so much. I get why the guy doesn't like her. And then it goes into how horrible he is. And it's like, yeah, pop out, girl. Go. Do it. Oh my gosh.
I love it. That's so fun. Ooh. We've got a guilty pleasure question. Do we have a guilty pleasure book, anybody?
I do not. I don't really believe in guilty pleasures, at least not for me, because I just feel like, why are you guilty of liking something? If I like something, I don't care if people say it's for kids or what genre it is. I will scream it from the rooftops and say how much I love it. If I love it, I will not hide it.
Yes,
That's a
queen.
good one, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have one. I don't know. Because I have no idea what it would even begin to be. Like, maybe it's a book that everyone else hates, and you're like, but I love it.
You know, I agree most definitely with Tahara. I mean, I just read, you know, and almost everything I read would be considered a guilty pleasure by probably anybody who talks and would clarify something between the cozy mysteries and especially the romance. People say that, and I'm like, you know, you like what you like, and it, you know, I don't know, it doesn't. But I'm sure now that what you said, Kristen, like books that I'm trying to think of, like a book I really loved that everybody else hated, or vice versa. But a lot of the things that I love aren't really talked about on YouTube because there's so much YA and fantasy more than anything, and I don't really read those.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of is maybe like Anna and the French Kiss, like that, like trilogy, because I feel like people don't like them for some reason. And to be fair, I read them when I was like 14, so I don't really know if I actually still like them, but like in my heart, I love them deeply.
You know,
I've never read those.
honestly, and I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed. I'm about to reveal some horrible things about me, but honestly, I'm just trying to think, you know, off the top of my head, I'd have to say my guilty pleasure book is Twilight. I'm ashamed.
Oh, that's not something to be
Because here's the
ashamed
thing.
of.
It was like, now here's the thing. It's not that I like it, but what happened was, I was like forbidden from reading it, so it became a literal, you know, forbidden fruit. And I was like so intrigued, and I was so excited when I could finally read it, watch the movies, and it's like, this is horrible, but I still, you know, I read it. Or I did read, I think, the first and second book, and then I was intrigued by Midnight Sun. I was intrigued by Life and Death, and it's like, no, I know how bad it is.
No,
I love it.
that's not anything to be.
I know. I feel like everyone loves Twilight.
I don't. I hate Twilight.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, but like something, but something you just said, Jahara, in your tag that I'm listening to is like, people might not like, what the hell's her name? Who wrote Harry Potter? I can't think of her name.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. People might not like her anymore, but if those were the books that got you started reading, and that was your childhood, or like, it doesn't matter then. Like, that means something. Like, I know for me and Tiffany, it's the Babysitter's Club, where that's what we grew up on, and those type of books where that's what got us reading. That's what had us, you know, that's what started it. So if that's what started it for you, and I know Twilight started it for some people too. If that's the book that got you reading, then it got you reading. So who cares?
Absolutely.
That's how I feel. And that's one thing I love about this little group we have. It's like we all read such different things, but in the end, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. We're just reading and hanging out, and it's great.
Yeah.
I remember being younger and like reading like Jackie Collins books, and they were all like, you know, sex in Hollywood, and all my friends apparently they were all like some like literatis who read these like classic books. So like I kept that hush hush. But now I laugh because it's like, oh, isn't the world all obsessed with Hollywood and what they do? And back then that was like, don't tell anybody you're reading those.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Jessica said that hers is Pretty Little Liars, which I never read. I've never seen
Yeah,
a
I didn't
TV show either,
Yeah.
but
I couldn't get into this book series, but I love the TV show. I watched the TV show before I even knew there was a book about it.
I love that. That's so fun. Cheryl said that she read Twilight at the same phase as a lot of people, and now she would never read it again, which honestly is fair. I had a moment of some insanity where I was on Thrift Books looking at books, and the Twilight books were like $3 each, so I bought them. I was like, maybe I'll reread Twilight someday. I have them now. I'm like, they're here. Who's
Oh
to
my
say?
gosh.
You never know.
I
Yeah.
was like, you never know. I read them when I was in like 8th or 9th grade. It could be time to give them another try. Who's to say? Maybe I'll love them now.
No, but honestly, like I was at the bookstore and I was giving it a little like I was reading an excerpt and I'm like, okay, actually this kind of snaps. Like it was actually kind of good. Like
Yeah.
the movies suck. The movies suck. It's devoid of any emotion, but the books are actually kind of interesting.
See, I feel like I love the movies in like a weird way because they are so just like campy and absurd in a way that makes them truly beautiful. Like I think they're so good because they're so bad.
It's like an accidental comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
I have
Oh,
never.
Kristen, did you ever watch Vampires Suck, the Twilight parody?
I don't think so. I don't think I did. I remember when that came out, but I don't think I ever watched it.
It's kind of funny. I still think the Starving Games, the Hunger Games
Yeah.
parody was better, but it was still pretty good.
I am looking up this book that you're talking about, Najma. I hope I'm saying your name right. It's a pretty name. I'm looking whatever up you're talking about because that just sounds fun. I've never heard of it.
60s Mills and Bond books? Huh.
I'm gonna look it up on Goodreads.
I love it. That's so fun.
Or
Just got a notification. Najma and Vito just subscribed to my channel, so thank you.
Oh, they're romance books.
We do love Tiffany loves a romance. She's
do.
on board.
Well, and it just sounds like something I've never heard of, and it's she said it's basically everyone's guilty pleasure in the Middle East, and now I want a piece of the action.
We love it.
Says, British publishers are Mills and Boons, and they're known for being romantic or sexual in nature.
Huh.
So, I could see
Oh,
it. They're
I never
probably
heard
like the UK,
Yeah.
Fabio type of things, maybe.
Oh, I've never heard. Oh,
Me either.
Oh. So they're just
Interesting.
romantic books published in the 50s and 60s. That's interesting.
Oh, Harlequin. Okay, yeah.
Harlequin.
oh,
Got
okay,
it.
okay,
Wait, that's so fun.
gotcha.
Yeah. That's cool. And then maybe a cat said they started with the Boxcar Children.
I love the Boxcar
Mhm.
Children.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
talk about a throwback.
I don't think I ever read the Boxcar Children.
Oh my gosh, I love the Boxcar Children. It was a
Mhm.
family, and they were like orphans, and they lived in this boxcar for a while, and then this really rich person took them in. Was it a grandpa or just non-relative or something? Somebody rich took them in.
Perfect. The ideal
Um,
situation.
They were so good. I
Yeah.
loved the Boxcar Children.
It
But that
sounds
started your love of mysteries, yeah. For me, it was Nancy Drew was my love of mystery started.
Yes, that was great.
I liked Nancy Drew. Yeah. Babysitter's Club was my all-time, though. I was obsessed with the
Mine
Babysitter's
too.
Club. And Sweet Valley High was probably the next one.
Yeah.
I love that. Cheryl said that her initial love is because of
Charlotte's
Charlotte's Web. And get this, I'm afraid of spiders. Honestly, I don't blame you. Spiders are scary, even if there are spiders as sweet as Charlotte.
You know, and I
Right.
still get so affected by the one Aragog in Harry Potter, and then the super big spider in Lord of the Rings. Oh, it got
Yeah.
me. It was too much.
I hate spiders. Like little baby ones I'm okay with, but once they're bigger than like, I don't even know,
No,
a dime, half the
can't.
size of a dime, I'm like, no thank you.
My
Mm-mm.
mom and sister would call me the man of the house when we were teenagers, which I always called them out for being kind of sexist. But the reason why they called me that was because they would always come to me instead of my mom's boyfriend or any other guy that was ever there. They came to me to get spiders. My sister always found a spider in the shower. She always came to me. My mom literally was cleaning behind the couch one day when she saw a dead mouse and she couldn't go near it, so she asked me to sweep it up and throw it away because she couldn't. Because they're all too squeamish, but I'm not. I'm okay with all of that. I'm okay. Literally, my mom thought she saw a snake one time and went to go get me, her daughter, because snakes are the one thing she cannot handle.
That's so funny.
I mean, I'm okay with spiders and snakes and mice and bugs in general. The only thing that I can't handle are bees and wasps. That's the one thing that I cannot handle.
That's fair. Bees are stressful. They usually leave you alone though, which is why they don't bother me.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
they're
but I'm terrified to
vibing.
even go near one if I see it.
Yeah.
In Florida, they have wolf spiders, and in Illinois, they didn't have those.
Ugh.
We have wolf
in Illinois.
spiders
I
here
don't remember
too.
seeing them in Illinois,
Yeah.
but in
We have-
Florida, I've seen a couple since I've been here, and I'm like, no, you look mutated and wrong. Like I'm not.
Did you know tarantulas are actually harmless to humans? Not many people know that. They're all terrified of tarantulas because they're so big and hairy, but they're actually harmless to humans.
No, when I was living in Nashville, they have this spider that I'm not going to be able to remember the name of. It's like a brown
Recluse.
recluse, yeah, which I never had to deal with before. And then I moved to Tennessee, and they were like, "By the way, there's this spider that can kill you here." And I was like, "Excuse me? There's a what?" I don't even think I ever saw one, but just knowing that they existed was absolutely horrifying.
Yeah, there's also, I don't think a lot of people know this, but daddy longlegs are actually pretty deadly, except apparently their fangs are too short to penetrate human skin, and that's the only reason why they can't kill us.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite facts about daddy longlegs. All right, shall we talk about books some more?
Sure.
Oh, that's the doggy book, right? Because
Yeah.
Dixie. Yeah.
I feel, what else happens in that book? I feel like that's a good book, but I can't remember enough of what happens in it. I just know that it has a dog in it.
I don't remember it. I never
never
read
heard of
it.
That one.
I was also a big fan. Did you guys read the Little House on the Prairie books? I loved those
Yes,
books.
we did.
No. I feel like I didn't read any of these, like,
Same, Kristen.
childhood classics.
I hate
Same.
saying that there's a generation gap here, but there probably is.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that's like even like when a lot of like people will be like, "Oh, I read Junie B." I was like 25 when
Yeah.
Junie B was like
Yeah.
age appropriate.
Yeah.
No, but
That's
I will say
crazy.
Junie Jones is how I got into reading. It was so good. I finally
Oh my God,
actually liked
Tiffany.
reading.
I think I read like one or two Junie B. Jones books, but my parents were like, "These are kind of weird, and maybe you should read something else." And I was like, honestly, fair. They were kind of strange. I don't
I
know.
think my generation strange was like the V.C. Andrews books, like Flowers in the Attic and stuff like that.
We
Is it
read
Flowers
those.
in the Attic, that like incest book?
Yes. Yeah, they had those in like
Sense
our
or anything.
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
And they were like had them in our like elementary
Yes.
and junior high libraries.
What?
Yeah, our generation didn't censor
I mean,
anything.
I'm
It was
telling
like, do
you-
whatever you want, read whatever you want, watch whatever
Apparently.
you want.
Apparently, because I read those books way too young. I'm still too
Me
young to
too.
read those books.
Should anyone read those books?
I mean,
If you just want to
and
read
they
some
were
weird
in our
stuff,
elementary
sure.
and junior high, like school libraries.
Yeah.
It was
Wasn't your-
it's insane.
Your
like-
elementary school library had flowers in the attic in it?
Yes.
That is one of the strangest things that I think I've ever heard.
It really
And
it
they
did.
kind of, like,
I know our junior high, I mean, we only had one library at my school for everything. I mean, I was in a very small school, so yeah, it did.
No, they
crazy.
like actually like if you were reading that young, like if you were a good reader, they like encouraging you to read those kind of books because they were the more adult books.
Yeah, but
Yeah, like they were applauding you, like, oh, you're reading a bigger book, you know?
I
Yeah.
have questions.
It was. I mean, like seriously, I cannot believe. Looking back, I'm like, those people would be fired.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely.
These are a lot more strict these days too.
Yeah.
People are a lot more cautious.
Yeah. Jessica said she likes the Fear Street books.
Yes,
Yeah,
love
R.L.
them.
Stein.
Never
Yeah.
heard of those either.
Oh,
Yeah, me
those
either.
and R.L. Stein and Christopher Pike was
Christopher
another
Pike.
one.
Yeah. The R.L. Stein Fear Street were like, I can't believe I read those, y'all, thinking about it now. Because you know what a
They
They
scaredy
sound like
cat
they're
I
horror
am.
books.
You know what a scaredy cat I am. That's what they were like teenage scary books.
Yeah.
I loved them. I liked the Fear Street the best, actually.
Yeah.
And Christopher Pike had good ones too, but I really liked that series.
Yeah. Oh. Maybe a cat asked if anyone read The Littles. It's about a small human
Yes.
child that lived in the walls of a normal house.
Yes.
And I feel like I
No.
read that, but I feel like I remember it having a different title.
I also remember I had like a little board game of it too.
That's adorable.
I
Yeah, like
never
it, like
heard
it
of that.
opened up and it was like a 3D paper cardboard house that you played in. Yeah, I remember that.
That's so cool. I have to look this up now because
Mhm.
I feel like I've read it, but I truly can't remember.
I've not heard of it. That is interesting.
Have I?
It sounds. Goodreads gave me The Little Prince, which isn't what I wanted, but that's okay. Also a good one. We had to read that in French when I was in French, and I don't know much of what happens in it because I don't know French. I pretended I did, but I don't know French.
See, everyone talks about like these books they were like forced to read for school and stuff, but I don't remember ever having to read what most people had to read. Like all those classics that was like, none of them are popping into my head now,
Right.
but there's several classics that most people apparently say they have to read, like Lord of the Flies, that's one of them. As like,
Yeah.
I never had to read anything like that in school. But to be
Oh,
fair, I had trouble in school, so I was always in these like special classes.
Remedial classes.
Even English, which that was the one class I was good at, but even for English I had I was in a lower class. So
The fact that you've wrote 3 books after you
Right.
just told that story is
Right.
the most incredible thing ever. That's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of time it was just, you know what? You just did things at your own pace. That was it. It wasn't that you were stupid or slow or whatever. You just did things at your own pace. That was it.
yeah, I do struggle a lot, especially because a lot of time in school, at least when I went to school, I know a lot of people like they would like kind of teachers would go a little bit fast and stuff, and especially in a big class. Honestly, I work better in a small group or one-on-one, which there was this after school thing in elementary school where for people who did need help with stuff it was called I Sharpen, and there was like several teachers called tutors, and they had like 2 students each, and it would kind of be like a 1-on-2 thing to kind of help, and there were snacks and stuff, and it was like 2 days after school, and yeah, but like I do better in smaller groups or one-on-one, and I do
Yeah.
better with a visual thing. 'Cause
Me
a lot of
too.
times
I'm a
teachers-
visual learner.
Yeah, a lot of teachers also kind of just tell you this, but me, I need to really see it and have it mapped out for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once read something that said like 80% of students don't learn in the traditional classroom setting. It's just not for them.
And then there's my sister, who's a year younger than me, and she just graduated college, and she's a year younger than me, and she graduated with her bachelor's, and she's
Yeah.
only 20. She did like 2 years of college in high school,
Yeah.
and I'm like, how are you smart? School is hard.
School is hard.
And it's funny because I actually did worse in elementary school than high school or middle school.
I love that. That's incredible, honestly. That's really funny. Hopping back over to the chat. Jillian said that she went from failing in 7th grade to taking college classes her senior year of high school. So we love that.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And then Jessica said everyone learns differently. Very true. And then hopping back into the conversation about the Littles, Storm Reed said that they remember the Littles, an animated series, which I think that I also remember that. But I think, here's what I think. I think that the series that I was thinking of when the Littles was first brought up was The Borrowers, which Cheryl, yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
believe that I have read The Borrowers because I think that that's what I was thinking of. Because it also is about small people who live in walls and steal things.
Yeah. I was too old for Goosebumps, but I again read his Fear Street, R.L. Stein.
I watched some
but
Goosebumps on TV. Like there was a show I watched. Was it Goosebumps? Are You Afraid of the Dark? Was that what it was called? I think
so.
There was a show on Nickelodeon called Are You Afraid of the Dark, wasn't there, or something like that?
Yeah.
That could have been it.
I think it was like the Goosebumps series.
Yeah.
Wild. I don't think I ever read any of those books either. I'm like you, Tiffany. I don't do horror very well, so I'm like, I'll be over here reading my contemporary romances. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love horror. I love the fear, I love the thrill of the shock and suspense. My mom, on the other hand, will watch it through her fingers, and so would my sister. But then here I am, just all open eye, watching the entire thing.
Did you guys read Madeline?
No,
I watched the TV show.
I really liked those books too.
Madeline was cute. I remember loving that. It, like an adorable little animated show when I was in like preschool.
I never heard of it.
It's about this cute little French girl.
Yep.
She's
Very
precious.
cute.
Cheryl
Very
said another favorite is Paddington Bear, which I don't think I ever read that either, but again, the movies, precious.
Yes, the movie's really cute. I also like I did not read Paddington Bear, but I liked Curious George.
Yeah.
My brother loves that show.
Curious
I like
George.
those books. Yeah, I like Curious
Those
George.
are good books. I had a Paddington Bear computer game that I remember quite vividly from when I was in elementary school. You just had to like get him honey. That was like the whole goal of the game, and honestly, we love it. You go on like a whole journey through London just to get the bear honey, and I'm like, honestly, incredible story writing.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need some honey. I feel that, you know.
Oh,
I mean, I love bears, so maybe I should check it out just for the bear.
honestly,
True.
He is cute, yeah.
Najma said that Are You Afraid of the Dark is amazing, and apparently it's independent from Goosebumps and also Canadian? Question mark.
Oh, okay.
Which is fun. And then we've got some love in the chat for Madeline.
Yay!
Honestly, so cute. We do love Madeline. One of my favorite stories about Madeline that is totally unrelated to anything, but my roommate when I was in Nashville, she was a vegetarian, and she told me that at one point she was watching Madeline, and there's an episode where Madeline befriends a chicken, and then later they like kill the chicken and eat it for dinner. And she literally was like, she said she looked at her mom and was like, Mom, I'm not eating meat anymore. I refuse, because of that episode of Madeline, and I think that it's incredible.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
Oh.
It's creepy.
She hasn't
That
she's
does
been a
sound
vegetarian
kind of
ever since.
uncalled for.
Wow.
So funny.
That's
Curious George was the best. A book and it came with a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
It was a penguin. Oh my goodness. That's so fun. I think all books should come with stuffed animals. I think that would make the
Absolutely.
reading experience better.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think horse books should come with a weighted blanket. I might read a horror book if it like came with like a weighted blanket for comfort.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Cheryl said Clifford the Big Red Dog is a favorite of her daughter and the kids in many of the daycare classes. And yes, I loved Clifford when I was in elementary school.
My
I
favorite
was
was
a
the first one I-
Berenstain Bears, hands down, was my favorite.
Berenstain
Berenstain.
Bears were
Ooh, that's a
also
good one, too.
great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know that. I don't know where I know that, but I know it somewhere.
Berenstain Bears was a book series, but there was also a TV show, and also that's
Yes.
the series that everyone thinks that the name is something that it isn't.
yes.
I don't know if you guys have seen that with
Yeah.
like
With
the
Mandela effect.
yeah.
Yes.
I
Where
think my sisters watched that.
Yeah, everyone was convinced it was like the Berenstein Bears, but it's actually like the Berenstein Bears or
Yes.
something. Like the I and the E are switched,
Yes.
which honestly is wild to me.
That's
But-
funny.
My
Yeah.
favorite series when I was a kid, it was the first series that I really fell in love with was the If You Give a Mouse a Cookie series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys talked about that. I've never heard of
I
that.
didn't have
I
that.
was obsessed with them when I was
I
a
think
kid.
we're.
I know.
We're-
We're way too old. I know.
No, you guys should look them up because they're like
They're so
20
cute.
pages illustrated. They're just adorable. They're like, if you give a mouse a cookie, he's gonna need some milk. And then it's just like this whole long progression of all of the crazy things that the mouse asks for, and it's adorable.
Oh, that sounds
Oh, that's
Several of
Yeah,
them.
that
Like
sounds
there's,
cute.
if you take a mouse to a theater, if you give a pig a pancake, if you give a moose a muffin, there's just several of them.
There's a bunch
Oh.
of them. They're a lot of fun.
They're so cute.
Yeah.
I loved them when I was a kid. It was the first series that I ever got obsessed with.
I love that.
That's
I think
cute.
the first series of like chapter books that I ever read were the Rainbow Fairies. I don't know if anyone else has heard of those.
again.
That's fair. But they were a series of books where each fairy was like a different color of the rainbow, and they all had different magic based on what color they were, and they
Oh,
were
that's so cool, though.
adorable.
That
I've
is
never-
that's cool. Did you guys read American Girl books? I liked those
No, I never-
too.
I never read those.
Of
I
course.
know about them obviously, but I never
course.
read them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the books that Leanne is reading right now. Leanne, are you still reading the Sleepover Friends?
I still am.
Those were
Yep.
probably my first chapter books. They're
Yep.
not
Still
first
reading.
because they're a
That
little
sounds
bit. They're
cute.
older than that.
Yeah.
But maybe it was before Babysitter Club.
Mm-hmm.
If I could find those on like Hoopla or an e-service, I would totally reread them.
Like I
because
said, Kindle Unlimited. That's where I got them at, and
Kindle Unlimited.
I had to skip two of them because one wasn't there, and the other one you had to pay $3 for, and I was like, we're just moving on. So
Yeah,
That's fair. All
I
right.
loved
My first-
those.
My first like non-kids book was Harry Potter. So there's the love
Yeah.
for that. Despite, everything J.K. Rowling's done, Harry Potter will always have a special place in my heart.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't read, like, I was in my 20s when Harry Potter the movies came out, so I never read the books because I was kind of like, oh, they're kid books. But now I kind of always, maybe I should go back and read them now, because
Yeah.
people say that so much stuff was missed and overlooked in the movies as opposed to the book. So
There is a lot. There's so much more that happens in the book than what happens in the
I mean,
movies.
I still do love the movies, but because they are pretty good adaptations, because there's like a lot of worse adaptations from books. But
Yeah.
there is still a lot missed if you don't read the book.
right.
All right.
I'm gonna have to look up I've never read a manga, but
I know.
I
was just
really
looking
did
at
like Madeline. I might have to check it out.
Yeah. Manga
bought
sounds like
two.
it would be fun.
I bought 2 mangas because they kind of went with my absolute favorite series of all time. So I read them just because of that. But manga itself, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah. Let's see. Ooh, Jessica dropped Amelia Bedelia in the chat, which is indeed a classic.
Yes. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh.
Those books were
yes.
so funny. My
Yeah.
family will still make jokes about like pruning the hedges where she put prunes on the bushes, and I just think it's so funny.
I've never read
Incredible.
any of these books you guys are saying.
Really?
I feel so removed.
These are like childhood.
Heard
Yeah.
them, but I never read the Magic Tree House one.
The Magic
Yes.
Tree House.
Those ones, yes. Oh
I
my
remember
was
reading
young.
like a couple of those books, but I remember there were some kids that I went to school with who like religiously read like all of them, like all 30 or 40 or however many absurd amount of them there were.
I think the concept of those, if I would have been age appropriate, I would have loved them because it's such a cool concept.
Yeah.
But I was an adult when they came out, so
Yeah, maybe I didn't read any of these because none of my
But I
families,
just wanted to.
Yeah.
my family aren't readers. So I kind of all the books that I did read, I kind of just had to discover for myself.
Right. Right.
That makes sense.
Well, I just wanted to go back to the whole thing of what we're talking about with like kids' books. Like honestly, like I went to 2 bookstores the other day, and like I said, I couldn't find anything. But legit, I was so sad with how little I wasn't getting anything with the adult books. I wasn't getting anything with young adult books. I was actually going to the middle grade section. And I'm like, maybe I'll find something. That's how desperate I am. But I'm so glad I'm liking the book I'm currently reading.
Nice.
I love it. That's so fun. And then let's see. Storm Reed said the first book they
Yeah.
read was Encyclopedia Brown, which I have no idea what that is.
Oh my god.
Why?
So
Me either,
funny.
I
Me and
don't
my
know either.
sister, well, my little cousin were just on a road trip, and I always say, bring her along audio in case we get bored of talking, we'll listen to a story. And so my little cousin, she's 21. My sister's like, she's not going to want to hear those stupid Encyclopedia Brown books. I'm like, all right, whatever. I had 10 minutes left in one of them. I think it was a lull in the trip. And I was like, you guys mind if I just I put it on real quick? Well, that was it. Now I have to restart it. They want to solve all the mysteries that are going on. They're like, can you get another book? They were so into it.
oh
So
wow.
he's 8 years old. His name's Encyclopedia Brown, and he's the smart kid in the neighborhood. And if you wanted him to solve a crime or find something for you, you paid him a quarter or 5 cents or whatever, and he would solve the crime for you.
That's adorable.
cute.
So they're cute.
Yeah, that's really cute.
I love that. That sounds like a lot of fun. All right, guys. Do we want to do one more sprint? Are we up for
Yeah,
it?
let's do it. Let's do it.
Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. So let's read until 9:30, and then maybe we'll call it a night. We'll see where the night
Yeah.
takes us.
Sounds good.
Perfect. Here we go. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey,
How do these friends go?
good.
Yay. We lost
Mine-
a Tiffany somewhere along the way. I hope she's
Yeah.
doing
Oh.
well on her car ride.
Gotcha.
I kind of like that because she was just doing her thing and like everybody around her was doing theirs. It was kind of cool to
I
see.
know. I'm like, I can't imagine. My parents would never be quiet for that long on a road trip. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I know. I can't. I know. I was like, wow. Yeah, I thought it was interesting too.
Who's here.
Hi guys.
Oh, there she is.
Welcome back.
It's all dark. You can't see me.
You're doing amazing.
Mhm.
I love it.
No, but this has been. The time's gone so much faster, which is nice since I got to talk to you guys. But either way, it's working out. This book, oh my gosh, I'm loving it. They're
That's
finally
good.
getting into the drama. So they went to the in-laws or future in-laws because they're engaged. And oh my gosh, she was amazing. She was just totally throwing him under the bus, freaking the mom out. It was great.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
it. Truly incredible.
That's fun.
Maybe a cat. Read 17 pages. Would have read more, but I was getting emotional over nothing. What a mood, honestly. I love
You know? Yeah. Sometimes that just happens.
that. Let those
Mhm.
emotions out, baby. We love it. I know. I have like, I don't even know anymore.
Are you
Like-
super close?
Yeah, I have like 20 pages left.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
Just a little baby chunk left. And
Did you
I'm
read it? Did you?
so excited.
Are you reading it in like one day?
Yeah, I started it this morning.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
Awesome. That's so
To be
cool.
fair, I didn't work today, so I literally did nothing else but read this book today. But
Well.
That's great.
Mhm.
it's so good. It makes
That's
me
so
very
awesome.
happy.
What do you think you'll rate it, Kristen?
I think I'll probably give it 4 stars.
Nice.
It's sweet.
Cool.
Yeah. It took a while for me to get into it because there was a lot of like character building, which is fine, but it got really good.
Yay!
Yeah.
I made a pretty good chunk in my book. I'm now like over halfway, so
Wow.
Nice.
Nice. Nice.
That's great, Johar.
Um,
One book is brand new, just started it, and the other book, the other one that I started, I now have 17 minutes left.
whoa.
nice. You gonna finish that tonight?
Wow.
You got this.
I probably will finish it tonight. Maybe not though, because 9:30 is like my cutoff. I'm in
Gosh.
bed.
Yeah, I know. It's probably bedtime.
Mhm.
Najma, the reader, said, "What book is that?" But I don't know what we were talking about when you sent this message. I think it is Tiffany's book. One
Or
more time,
maybe a
Tiffany.
cat.
Masquerade Chick. Tiffany, what's the name of your book? One more time. Is she there?
Mhm.
What's
If
the
someone
title
says
of your
something
book that
outside,
you're
my
reading?
signal's so off.
That's
You're
okay.
good again.
I don't know if we can get her. Tiffany, if you hear me,
Can you
what's
hear
the
us?
title of your book? If not, that's
the
okay.
Title, yeah. So the title of the book is "It's You Deserve Each Other." It is amazing. I
You deserve each other.
love
You deserve each other.
it
Got it.
so much. It's so great and petty.
I love it. Cheryl said she read
I got
10% this time around, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Jessica's loving Rune and Rising. Nikolai is everything. I agree. Nikolai is by far my favorite character
I can't
of
wait.
that series. He's so good. Yeah, Johara, I can't wait for you to read it. Well, I'll have to have a discussion after.
Yes.
There you go.
Maybe Kat is reading Strange the Dreamer as a reread.
Oh, okay.
Stormy only has 4% left, so they're reading while they listen, which honestly good for you.
I would
Yeah.
be too if I had 4% left.
Me too. I would be doing the same thing.
Do it. Cheryl's gonna be up until at least midnight, so
Oh my gosh, Cheryl.
Same.
that's too late for me. I'm a baby. I go to bed at like 10, 11 at the latest.
I'm a night person. I do like to stay up at night if I could.
Yeah. And then Stormy was answering Jessica, saying that they're reading A Lady Wallflower by Scarlett Scott. We love it. And I'm thinking that we might be calling it a night. We've got some yawns happening
Yeah.
in the chat. It might be time for bed.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you to everyone for joining us. This was so much fun. I'm
was
so glad
fun.
that I got to
It
do
was.
this
Thank
tonight.
you.
Yes.
I don't know when I'll be able to join in for another one, so I appreciate you all being here and hanging out. It was great.
It was so much fun. And
Thank you.
you know, anytime that we're, planning, you're always in the chat. Just obviously we want you. So
Absolutely. We love it. Beautiful. We're doing the thing. So yeah, have a good night, everyone.
Jessica, feel better, please.
Yes,
Take care,
Jessica,
feel better.
Absolutely.
And bye, everyone.
Bye guys. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.